All right, buckle up because we are diving into an absolute throwdown between rock legend Jack White and Donald Trump. And it's all about the decor in the Oval Office. Yep, you heard that right. This is a wild story about music, politics, and a whole lot of gold.
But before we get into the juicy details, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button so I know you're ready for this. Let's go!
Okay, so this is the quote that basically set the internet on fire. Jack White, from the White Stripes, gave his unfiltered opinion on the Oval Office, and he did not hold back, calling it a professional wrestler's dressing room. Ouch.
So where did that absolutely savage quote even come from? Well, to really get it, we have to go back to the one single picture that started this whole mess.
It all kicked off with one photo that led to a very, very public takedown of not just the room, but the presidency itself.
So this was the trigger, a photo of Donald Trump meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. To most people, it looks like a standard political photo op. But to Jack White, that background, that decor, well, he called it a showcase of disgusting taste.
And trust me, his critique went way beyond interior design. In his Instagram post, he just unloaded, using some seriously heavy labels. We're talking everything from conman to obvious fascist and wannabe dictator, and then just capping it all off by calling the whole thing an embarrassment to American history.
But he didn't stop there. In the very same post, he drew a super sharp contrast. He went out of his way to praise President Zelensky, calling him a real leader, which, just made his diss on Trump hit that much harder.
So what in the world did they do to the Oval Office that got him so worked up? Let's dig into the makeover that caused all this drama.
So according to the reports, the changes were pretty major. It started outside, where part of the famous Rose Garden lawn actually got paved over. And inside, the line between, a public office and a private club kind of blurred, with stuff being brought in from Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. And it all had one very specific theme: gold.
And when I say gold, I mean a lot of gold. We're talking gold cherubs, gold vases, even a custom Trump family crest got slapped up over a doorway. This wasn't just a little accent color. It was a total design choice that completely changed the vibe of the room.
Which, you got to admit, brings up a pretty interesting question. Can there be too much bling in the people's house? What do you think?
But here's the thing. This wasn't some random outburst over a bad paint job. Oh no. To really get the intensity here, you have to know that this is not a new feud. The beef between White and Trump goes way back.
Just look at this timeline. You can see how things just kept escalating. It really blew up after the election when White first dropped the fascist label. Then it got even more intense when Trump's campaign used that legendary Seven Nation Army song, which made White threaten to sue. So yeah, this latest fight over the decor is just the next round in a long-running battle.
And White's reaction to his song being used was just as blunt as his take on the furniture. He posted, "Don't even think about using my music, you fascists. Lawsuit coming." So the point is, the tension was already through the roof. So a fight over furniture and paint? Why are we even talking about this? Well, because it's not really about the furniture. It's kind of like a proxy war for two completely different ideas of what America is. I mean, think about it. On one side, you've got Jack White's whole vibe. It's all about that minimalist, historic, authentic rock and roll feel. And on the other side, you've got Donald Trump's brand, which is all about maximum luxury, gold everything, and personal branding, just like his Mar-a-Lago estate. It's a total clash of styles, and maybe even values. And remember when White threatened to sue? He specifically said he'd be adding his lawsuit to Trump's 5,000 others. Now that context is super important. It shows this isn't just some isolated feud between an artist and a politician. It's one little piece in a much bigger puzzle of cultural and legal fights. And this whole thing really just boils down to one big, thought-provoking question. How much should a president's personal taste get to change a place as historic and symbolic as the White House? So now it's your turn. What do you think? Is it their house to decorate however they want for 4 years? Or is it basically a museum that needs to be preserved for the country? Let me know your take in the comments below. And that's the story of the Oval Office throwdown. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss another explainer. Thanks for watching.